And how are you on this Friday the 13th? Friday night. And Friday night is money night. We talk about money on the Testimony Show at 7 p.m. I come in here to bring you all the joys of money making and how to do it. As you know, Financial Prosperity Month, all of it, every night. And that's what we're going to do. Financial prosperity is our thing. So, hello. So tonight is Financial Prosperity Night. But, as you know, we've done the 5 pillars Monday to Friday. We had emotional prosperity on Monday, Tuesday physical prosperity, Wednesday mental prosperity, last night spiritual prosperity, and today it's financial prosperity and your desires. So welcome to the Testimony Show, and let us get this show on the road. So tonight, mental prosperity night is not what we're doing. It's financial, right? But it's a mental game. So financial prosperity is the game. It really is a game. And you have to choose to win the game. But there you are. A whole bucket full of desires to be fulfilled and finances that you're seeing in this little size. What do you do? That is the question. And I have the answer. Because sometimes people look and they go, oh, my finances and my desires are just not matching. They're not going together. It's almost like those two things are outside of you or me, you know, the speaker here. You're sitting with a girlfriend and my finances are in a mess, and they're talking as if it's somebody else that created the mess. And my desires are way out of whack. And I'm thinking, really? Who put these two together? What is the common denominator here? Between finances on the left, desires on the right. Guess who is in the middle? It's you. Oh, I'm not getting paid enough. I am getting paid and I don't see it, and the taxes are so high and groceries going up, and I'm thinking, have you ever heard of flash food? And I had that experience last week. I'm listening to this lady and she's calling me to ask me about all the things she wants to acquire, and there she is, and her finances and her pension didn't go up, and that is not going up, and everything is going up, and what is not going down, and I thought I was going to get a headache. And then I realized, oh my God, she is not aligned. Nothing in this person's life is aligned. Finances is over here. Desires is way over there. And I cannot understand how I cannot get to do what I want to do with the money, and I work so hard. And then she started in the hard working thing. And you know, Tessa Marie Shillingford says we never work hard. If we work with a purpose and we work with a plan, then it's not hard. You have to have a plan. Your desires needs to fit into a plan. Your finances need to go into a plan to create those desires and bring them to you. How do you do that? I know how to do that because I too had to do it. And that's what I'm going to explain to you and teach you and get you to harness that wonderful thing that you call desire and finance, and bring the two together for a happy marriage. It's almost like we're treating those two individual situations as estranged husband and wife, a divorcee and a divorcee, or whatever they're called. But they're not. They belong to you. And until we claim that our finances is the result of our attitude, our desires is a result of our wanting, desiring, whatever it is we are seeing, and we're not aligning them and taking the time to plan them. For example, you desire certain things. You want to go, you desire a trip. You desire to buy a car. You desire a home. You desire to do this. You desire clothes. You desire boots. You desire shoes. You desire food. Simple things. They're not things that are outside of the realm of a normal human being. They're there. They're regular, ordinary things, regular, ordinary people desires. But oh no, that is not what we do. We turn around and we decide, oh no, those regular desires of ours is way above. No, they're not. What is way above is your mental capabilities of not taking them and marrying them together. The thing about finance, you have to look at it. You have to know it. You have to realize where it's headed. You have to give it a chat. You have to tell it what you want to do with it. And that's how we manage our finances. We do not manage our finances by leaving them alone like a bunch of children that are not behaving. Your finances and your desires has to come together. You have to know your finance. You have to know the money that is available. You have to know the disposable income. You have to tell the children, the grandchildren, this is how much you have. This is how much we are going to spend on that. And you do not start when they are 6. It's already too late. I started with my grandson from the day he pointed to something he wanted, and I go, hold on there. You've only got $5 over here. Figure this out. And he thought $5 was $1 million. No, it's not. So we too don't know that because nobody taught it to us. So we get paid, we have bills to pay, we have this to do. And the impulse of the desire, oh, I really want to go out to dinner. But did you put $10 aside for the past 4 weeks? So now you have $40 to go out to dinner. No, you did not plan that. So that desire, and maybe you only have 50, but why do you need to have 2 glasses of wine? You do not have to have it if you cannot afford it. Desires and finance have to be aligned. You can plan for it. Everything you do in your life, you plan for it. We don't have to go far to find out that life is a planning process. Life itself is planned. That's why we don't get to be born properly until we're 9 months. You know what I mean? So it's a process. So why are we thinking managing our finances with and marrying our desires into this relationship is alien to us? It may be alien to us, but it's not alien to survival. It's not alien to purpose. And that is what we need to understand. We need to put it together so that it works. And when the desires, you need to go on a trip. But where is your trip account? What I call a vacation account. You want to go on a desire. And where is your vacation account? That is a desire. That vacation account is a desire. Why is it you do not have it? Why is it you do not have something for entertainment? Why is it? Why is it you must have tons of money and your card is coming out and you're swiping on the left and you're swiping? It's like you're hungry and you are on a diet. It's not a diet. It's a spending plan you need to create, and you plan it and you stay within it. You create it and you stay within it. And it requires one thing, a little bit of discipline and knowing where you want to go, knowing where you want to end up. Just knowing that. Knowing that I desire that trip. I desire to buy this coat. So you know what? You put blinders on when you go to the stores. Or you just don't go if you don't have a reason for going. And if you do, pick your store. Pick your battle. Have one that you're going to attack. Not go to a mall like a willy-dilly crazy person and a debit card or a credit card in hand. You are just poised for failure. You're going to lose. You go to a mall and you do not have a purpose for being there, and you have a debit card on the left and a couple of credit cards on the right, and you think you're equipped to go to war. No, you're not. They're waiting for you. They've seen you before. They've seen your type before. And they put it up there so you can catch it. When you think of it, 10% off is not even the taxes. 10% is not a lot of money. Do you really, really need it? anything that is burning, I have to have it. It's not food. Somebody once asked me, why don't you like just standing in the line and wait to be served? I said, I don't have to do that. You should have staff here to make sure they take my money from me for the services that I want from you. The only time I will stand in a line is if I'm at the drugstore in front of the prescription counter, and if I'm there, I'm not getting it for me, I'm getting it for somebody in my family or somebody close to me. So you know what? I have to take my time and wait for it. Anything else, I choose the time to go. When I do not waste my time while the cashier and the customer is having a discussion. So when you go to a store to get what you want, that desire that you have, make sure you know where you're going and who will have it or who you think will have it. Because the people you believe, the store you believe that has it doesn't have it. And if you're not planned, while you're going to this one, oh, look at this, I think I should get that. And you have forgotten. They know you and they plan for you. They hire people just to study us. They know our whims and our fancies. They know our desires and our money. They don't have a relationship. One has to get out and the other one doesn't know what to do. It just follows the leader. Wherever desire goes, money comes running behind it when you are not planning a proper trip to the stores. When you walk anywhere. So those desires, make them worth your while. Pick a big one, a vacation, a really nice car, a really nice house, a really nice, the best you can, and sit down and talk about it and make it like you're caressing it. Make love to it. Make it feel like you really care about it. Because that money you're using there does not come back. And when the desire is satisfied, you're not going to sit there with your hand under your chin like you are lost. Somebody stole your sacrificial lamb and you have nothing to give to your God right now because you have nothing to sacrifice. But guess who did it all? You. Why did that happen to you? You did not have a plan. What is a plan, Tess Marie? What is a plan? Your plan is this. I am going to go on a vacation. I have a vacation account. COVID has come. Hell or high water. I am still making sure I put money in my vacation account. COVID came, COVID must leave. COVID has to go. A part of COVID will go. And there will be a window that I can slip in and go on a vacation. In some cases, we don't even have to leave our country. How many places in Canada I haven't seen? How many places in the United States you guys haven't seen? So your vacation account should be healthy. It should be smiling. It should be bursting at the seams because you haven't used it for almost 2 years. But did you just stop? Did you just stop? Because COVID came calling and you, oh, COVID is there. I'm not going to put money in my vacation account. No, you shouldn't have. And if you do, you're lost. You truly and honestly let COVID win. You lost. I didn't. I stuck it in there. I pile it in there. And I insist it goes in there. Constantly, automatically, consistently. And I'm seeing it growing. I'm saying, here you go. We need to get out of this. And that's why I said the other day, anybody wants to go to Montreal for lunch, let us find a flight. A cheap flight, we book it in 2 hours and we're on a plane going to Montreal for lunch. And when we get there, when we get to Montreal, we're going to have lunch. It's an hour flight. We get a ticket and we go to Montreal for lunch. And when we come back, we were in Montreal. For what did you go? For lunch. That was a desire. We planned it. Kathleen said, I didn't. So Kathleen said I kept saving my money in my vacation account no matter what. Because she believed that one day she would be able to go on a vacation. I don't know when, but she believed. The vaccine is not a cure, but it means we wouldn't get sick as badly or we wouldn't get sick. So we need to take a chance. Life is a flipping gamble. We get up every day and we're wondering if we're going to make it, and we make it. So let's take a chance on saving our money in our vacation. This is what I was stopped to read what Kathleen said. She said, and I wasn't working, but I needed hope. So she kept saving in her vacation account. You have hope. She was off. And she had to have hope that she was putting that money in there. Just to go to Montreal, it's an hour away. We can take a flight. Apparently, my niece informed me she can leave LaGuardia and get to Toronto for $85. And because she's double vaccinated, she said, I'm literally going to Toronto for 2 weeks, but it's like going to Toronto for lunch. And when she heard me say that on the live, what is your desire? Plan your vacation account, because the world is not coming to an end. They told us that in 1918, and here we are. They told us that after 9/11, and here we are. So we must plan for those moments. Kathleen just said it. You cannot stop an automatic payment into an account to give you a better life because the world has decided it's going to crash. And then wait until it crashes then. When it crashes, then it doesn't matter because it has crashes. We all have gone with it. So align your desires with your finances. You don't have $5,000 to put in an account right away. But you have $100 to put in an account all the way. And you put that $100 in that account all the way, and you do not trust yourself to claim those desires, guys. Don't trust yourself. We are not trustworthy. Nobody trusts us. The government wants its income tax, it gets it from our employer. The phone company wants the money, they get into our account. They do not even trust us to pay them automatically. But you know what? We believe in ourselves. Oh, we will do this. No, we don't. When last did you walk into a bank? When last did you sit on the computer and go from my checking account to my savings account? Don't trust yourself. Do it automatically. It doesn't matter if it's $10. When I did the financial independence seminar, I showed you guys, those of you who attended the seminar, what $20 a week can do in a year. What $20 a week can do in a year. 52 weeks, it's not a hell of a lot of money, but you can take your kids to dinner with it. You can celebrate somebody's birthday with it. And if you keep doing it and you keep increasing it, $5 in your checking account is nothing. But $5 in your savings account towards a trip, towards dinner, towards a birthday present is a miracle. So here is what did Kathleen say. Going to see my friends in this mountain very soon. Totally impulsive. But did it because I had the money to do it. $50 deposits at a time. So Kathleen has $50 going into her account. I guess it's every 2 weeks or every week. Think about it. Just think about it. $50 for 52 weeks. You can do the math. 5, 10, 5, 5, 25. 52 weeks, $50. Look at how much money it is already. But we have had COVID for 18 weeks. If you stop doing it, how can you have that desire? How can you fulfill that desire? Your finances and your desires have to be aligned. You have to know that you are in charge of those finances. The government doesn't trust you to pay them the taxes you owe them. The telephone company walks into your account. The utility companies grabs into your account. Even the gym, they don't trust you to give them a check. They go in and they take it. At the bank, if you stop the gym payment, you know what they would do? They would send us a requisition for a penny more or a penny less. The computer doesn't understand that $35.95 and $35.94 is the same, so it lets it go through. But you and I, we are so sure that we are in control when we do not trust ourselves, we do not pay ourselves. How can the world trust us? You have to have your savings automatically. You have to plan those desires to match with the savings. You go to the bank loves to take your money, and there is no shame in asking them to take $5. I worked for them for 30 years. Your silly $5, you think that they're taking all your 10 cents? That is what gives the man a mortgage for $4 or $5 million. It's all the little 10 cents of all the little customers that gives the man this mortgage that they charge him 5% and they pay you 1.0025%. You cannot even see it. The number doesn't exist. But you want to trust. You say, oh, I'll save Tessa Marie, I'll save it. No, you won't. So stop being silly. Put the money on automatic. Don't feel ashamed because all you can start saving is $5. This girl knows. I saved $3.50 every 2 weeks. That's all we could save. But let me tell you, with a soup, a bowl of chicken soup in a thermos, a hot dog and a sandwich, I ran down to this Government of Ontario Credit Union account when I got my $3.25 raised like wild hyena African dogs were after me. I got there and this little white woman with her hair in whatever and no computer, it took her a whole hour to fill out the form for her to take my $3.25 because I just got a raise. But I said to my husband, we didn't have it last week, so let's pretend we don't have it. I did that, and by 22 years old, we own our first home. Why? Because finally it got to $80 every 2 weeks. People who were born in Canada, who were white like snow, and their eyes were blue it doesn't matter, I don't know, like the sky. The woman looked at me and she said, I don't understand this. I was born here and you have a house before me. And I said to her, that is because you go to the department store down the street when you get that little blue check and you buy an outfit, put it on the dirty body and come back to the office wearing it. And I go to the fabric store and I buy 18 inches of fabric for 60 cents. I come home and I didn't have a sewing machine. I sewed and made my skirt by hand. It was a mini skirt. Those legs are long. There wasn't very much for the imagination, but I had a skirt. It was brand new too. Thank God for those nuns that taught me to sew. And that is what I did. And she was angry because she was born here and she didn't have a house and I am the foreigner with a house. I came from a house. That's what I came from, so an apartment didn't appeal to me. But I made a choice. I saved $3.50 every 2 weeks. When I taught a seminar, and I said I put it on the board, $3.50. One young man said to me, Miss, the decimal is in the wrong spot. And I said, no, sweetie, no. It's not in the wrong spot. It is where it's supposed to be. This is what we could save. My husband got 25 cents an hour raise and I went. That lady in the credit union, I'm sure she didn't like me. And I really didn't care. I had a goal. I had a desire to be fulfilled. And she just happened to be the vehicle I needed to use to get there. So I would have climbed over her. I sat there, I gobbled my hot dog in my chicken soup with my sandwich. And when it was time, it was an hour. She was filling out the forms. It took an hour. She was so fast, civil servants. I had to run up the stairs to 18 floors, take the elevator and get in my desk and get ready. But at the end of the day, on my way home, satisfaction was all over me because I know I had taken one more step. I conquered one goal in that desire towards getting this house. And we succeeded. And without this 25 cents from my husband, every 6 months, $3.50, I wouldn't be standing in it. I'm still standing in it. The desire was fulfilled, but there were several goals that had to take place. I couldn't buy clothes from the store. I had to sew by hand. And then there was a summer student that said, I have a sewing machine, but these people here don't have a car. So her boyfriend brought the sewing machine to me. And I sewed Friday night, Saturday night. I made everything that I wore. And I kept doing this. And I made the layette for Jillian. When Jillian with a G was born, I didn't go and buy a fancy cream. I pulled out the drawer from my dresser, we padded it up, and she stayed in it until we could pay cash for the cream. And that's the journey. So I know what I'm talking about. But everywhere you go, you have to have a plan. No plan, no success. And you cannot get success without a plan. You cannot have a desire if you cannot control your finances. You are going to the mall with a debit card in your hand, some credit cards on the other hand. Well, guess what? You are going to war. And you do not know how to fight. But they know. They are prepared for us. My husband worked for Loblaws. He told me, Tessa Marie, when you walk in the store, we have people with groceries in their cart that are not shopping. They are target shoppers. They are to entice you to buy what they already have. So what are you going to do? So you have to prepare yourself. Do not go to the supermarket if you do not have a list. Go back home. It will cost you less in gas than to go in there. You know, you don't talk to human beings in the parking lot. You don't talk to them. But the minute you see them with a shopping cart full of toilet paper, you're going, where is it? It's toilet paper on sale. You're like a mad person for toilet paper. You haven't spoken. You almost ran me over with your car in the parking lot. But now I'm your best friend because I have toilet paper in my shopping cart. Did you come there to buy toilet paper? I did. So that is why you have to align your desires with your finances. Know where every penny goes. The dollar store is not letting you leave that store if you cannot pay the tax. So why are you leaving money all over the place? Little bit here. If you want to do a charitable donation, collect it and then send it. Those things that they're doing, and ask you, when you go to the supermarket and they say, do you want to do a donation to sick kids? You say no and make your own donation to sick kids. You know why? Because they get a tax receipt and it lowers their taxes. Don't you think, man, when you're giving your money away, don't you think? Because without it, you're not going to get where you want to go, but you have to know how to use it. You need to know how to put those two things together, desire and money. It's a dance. It's the French dance. It's a quadrille. You know, the motion has to take place. And you have to know it. Like Kathleen said, $50 she saves. $50 she saved. All through COVID, she let the automatic savings take place. She didn't stop it. Did you stop yours or did you just never started it? She said, I wasn't working, but whatever I had, I put it in. Today, she just told us all, I read it. I am going to visit friends. Because we had it. I continue. I still have a vacation account. I have an account for every flipping thing I do. I started that when I was 20-something years old, and I have never stopped. I have to pay a gardener. The money goes in there all the time. So when summertime comes and he's cutting the grass, I don't have to blink. I do not have to worry where his money is coming from because I put it there. I put it there. I have a maintenance account for my car. Tire time to save. I don't have to worry. When it wants an oil job and a lube change and all what it wants and a carburetor and the brakes needs going and I need to fix the clutch, guess what? The money is there already because I planned for it. Desires have to be meeting money. They need to do the dance. They need to dance. If your money and your desires are not compatible, you and your life will not be compatible. So sending you light and joy on this wonderful Friday night. I hope I triggered you. I just hope I gave you a golden nugget, a black rare pearl, and most astonishingly, I hope you got a rare pink Canadian diamond. Because that's what we give you. Take that one little thing, and if you cannot use it, hand it over. Knowledge is not yours to keep. Knowledge, what you know, you must teach. So, if you know somebody who's struggling with their finances and they cannot listen to this IG Live or any of the others, give them that tip. Keeping it is not going to help you grow. Giving it away will help you grow. What you give away will come back to you in another way. So have fun and enjoy your Friday night. Take care. Love you all. I am really grateful and gratitude for each and every one of you that showed up here tonight. It's not the many that are called, it's the few that are chosen to press the button that's worth it all. And what you must remember in all what you do, send some love, a little bit of joy, peace and happiness, kindness and thankfulness, gratitude and appreciation to somebody somewhere in the world. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye-bye.